Check, check. Mic check. All right, I have a thumbs up. And action is underway already here tonight in good old Winnebago, Nebraska, as the Winnebago JV Lady Indians take on the Hartington Newcastle Wildcats. And we're underway here with this JV game. And the score is 6-9 with Hartington Wildcats in the lead. And I'm joined here by my colleague Eugene Decora.
Hello everybody, what's going on, Willie?
Not a lot, just some great volleyball action tonight. Looks like there's some good rallies underway already. And
just out.
That one is long.
That was number 11 there for Hartington. Carly Bruning, senior. It was a good hit, just didn't drop. Who's serving here for Winnebago, Will?
We have Jolan Blackbird, number 26, a 5'7" freshman with the service ace, getting her team into it here.
Too hot for Holstein, the 5'3" sophomore, number 5 for Hartington.
Blackbird up to serve again, and that one goes just wide. Point Wildcats.
So we got to watch a good game for varsity last week. That second set was awesome. Amazing rally, the comeback. Remember, that's the one set Winnebago got in that one.
Yep.
But what's it gonna take for them to stay consistent?
Well,
what are you seeing?
Well, that game that you were talking about, I believe, was a varsity match, and so, you know, there I think changes that can be made from that game to this one is just really being consistent with the passing and being aggressive. I was able to interview some of the players before the game started, and Callie Wolfleader, who was one of the leading hitters for the Winnebago Lady Indians last week, said that she enjoys hitting because it shows her strength. And so I think more of that confidence and hard hitting and just being consistent with it, I think those are some changes that I would anticipate seeing here tonight.
Great hit there from Charlize Frenchman. Got the point back and got the serve back for herself. She serves one up. 2 hit here. Comes 3 hit from Hartington. And nice hit there from number 1 for Hartington. Faith Pinkelman, a 5'1" senior. Good hit there. Just hit right inside the back line.
That was a very good swing. Had a forward spin, some English on it, which dropped the ball, kept it in.
I guess it's one thing I noticed last week with Winnebago, even with their hitting, whether it was from the mid zone or even from the back. Great little pancake there. from Winnebago. Ball moved around, third hit there for Hartington. Up, Charlize sets it up, and that is green-white for Winnebago. Nice hit coming there from number 6, I believe that is, Gratzfield for Hartington.
That was a nice shot, line shot by Hartington Newcastle. Looks like Winnebago had a diving effort there, but just missed it.
But that's what I was trying to speak on, was that I didn't see Winnebago really attacking the back line with their hits. It felt like a lot of their hits were either right up in front or kind of hitting in the middle. You rarely seen them try to go hit the back line with their striking.
Yep. And that's the spot you want to go to because it's less covered and difficult to manage those deep hits in the back line. Mishit there by number 11,
White. Yeah, White. Junior, 5'5" junior. So I'm still new to the volleyball game. I know some things, Willie, about volleyball, but you're going to have to keep me up here. I might throw a little bad terminology around, but we're going to try.
Don't worry, I'll correct you.
There we go. Good hit there from Winnebago to get it over. Frenchman receives. Grant puts it up and just too close to the net. Miss Walker could not get there in time. 5'10" freshman. I think she's got a great, bright future ahead of her. Just being a freshman and so young, she's going to keep working to get better as the ball goes. Coming in an ace from Hartington here. That is Faith Pinkelman, the 5'1" senior.
Yeah, for
6, sorry.
For a JV game, I'm seeing a lot of good ball control. To my surprise, it's a young team, and so that means that they're improving. And even Coach LaPointe said to me earlier that the girls have been showing some improvements on the court. So looking forward to seeing some of that tonight.
Nice spot there from Wubin, Caitlin Wubin, the 5'6" sophomore. Picked a good spot to put it down there. Winnebago could not get it. 17-10 right now. Newcastle is up. That was White again, trying to get it back over, just around the net. Those are tough. It's hard to judge that front line, to judge that, right? When it's coming kind of looping down right at the net, you don't know if you want to pop it over or...
It can definitely catch you off guard, so you just have to be on your toes, just like that one right there. Barely hit the net, sent over by Grant. Nice little push there. Oh, nice tool. Point.
Alejandra Reyes with a nice strike. The block was there, but the hit was too good. Hartington kind of took off here a little bit. It was tied when we first came on. It's 19-10 now. Hartington looking to pull away here.
And Winnebago takes their first time out of this set.
Big group of girls playing volleyball this year. It's always good to see.
I love it when I see this amount of participation by the girls here in Winnebago for volleyball. I have a love and passion for the sport, so it's good to see that it's being kept alive. And with the great coaching staff, we got Darla LaPointe, head coach for the Lady Indians, who's had her success on the volleyball court as a Winnebago Lady Indian back in her day, as well as when she moved on and played in college at, I believe it was Peru State. Yes.
The Bobcats, record holder, still a state record holder to this day. Had a great run there when she was in high school, and getting somebody that can pass her knowledge on to the ladies. Now, don't get me wrong, not all of them are going to be 6'2".
Right, that helps a little bit. Oh, just caught the net there, it looks like.
I really like Frenchman. If you watch her during these past couple of JV games, Frenchman looks like she can really get moving. You know what I mean? She's got a good strike on her, and I know she's probably trying to work her way into that varsity rotation as well. White with a nice return there. Setting up by Hartington. Here comes a strike. Long hit just out of the reach.
That one may have been going out.
Was that Jolan trying to get after that one?
And the rule of thumb when you're in the back row is that if the volleyball is going above your head and you have to reach high and jump, it's likely going to go out.
Gotcha. Nice setup there from Frenchman. Good strike there from Romaria.
Very good strike.
Ball at the net. Romario went for the block, but it wasn't there. Ball still alive.
Blown.
No whistle.
That was a late call,
yeah,
I'd have to say.
Everybody expected it to be blown, and everybody stood still.
I think there was a little bit of confusion. She may have hit the net, and then there was 4 hits.
All right, Winnebago retained, gets the serve back. And Miss Yelena Frazier up to hit. 21-11. Winnebago making a little rally here. Nice placement there on the serve. Good ace.
Solid control, quite seemingly disciplined serve there from number 9, Frazier.
Looking to bring Winnebago back here. Another serve under the back row, popped up Set up. Oh, nice little placement from
Nice
Great
save by
from
the Lady
Winnebago.
Indians. Good tip action there.
Ball still be moved around. Third hit over, and that's going to go out. Great hustle from Winnebago there on the front row.
Just a mishit of a free ball there. You most times want to aim for the back row, keep the ball in.
Another great serve here from Frazier.
Frazier on a spicy service run here. It's difficult for the Wildcats to handle.
Back row even scooted up a hair there to try to get after it. Nice, strong hit.
Yes.
Nice
Great
return
tip
there
by, I believe that was Walker.
Yep, Romario Walker.
Yes.
Great return there as Hartington calls the timeout. 15-21 now. Winnebago gets 5 in a row there.
Great service run by Winnebago to force the Hartington Newcastle Wildcats to take their first timeout of the set.
I'm looking at Q as he's walking away. I thought Q was going to be our announcer tonight, but I'm not trying to take over for him. I'm just helping out while we were on.
Team player.
Yep. Let's just get it done. Yeah.
We'll say he's going to the restroom or
There you go. He's going
concessions.
to grab us a popcorn. Let's just say that. Yeah. And if you guys are around, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to the volleyball game. I know the girls love the support. Could you believe the crowd you had that first game?
It was intense.
That was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
I love the well-attended games, and it just gets everyone involved, and the cheering and the applause, the support, just makes it for a really good night of volleyball.
We talked about that on the sports show. And sorry for wearing my sunglasses indoors, guys. I don't have my other glasses, and I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind. I wouldn't even read their numbers.
So
at this
should we
point.
trust your comments then of what you're seeing? Just kidding.
But no, like you said, we talked about it on the sports show how well it was attended. You know, and like you said, just the support that the girls deserve. You know, it's not just we're not just a football, basketball school. You know, like these girls come in here and they put in the work and they're here every day. They
Yes.
deserve it as well.
And Winnebago Public School adding new sports programs often with the addition of golf, both boys and girls, and wrestling. So always evolving.
That was Reyes again with a nice hit there to end Winnebago's rally. 22-15 now.
And
Looks
number
like
14 comes in for the Hartington Newcastle JV squad, Collier.
Hochstein goes up with the serve. Up went Frazier. Pushed up by Frenchman. Walker, the nice hit to the back row. Hartington moving around. There comes the hit there from Reyes. Frenchman saves it again. Milan Blackbird puts it up. Nice save there from Hartington. There's Reyes again, all over the place. Nice hit. Here comes Walker.
That was beautiful. That set and that hit, that was spot on. Great connection there.
Trina's loving it down there playing line. Look at that big old smile she got on her face.
That was Grant and Walker collaborating for a point there for the Lady Indians.
There's Reyes with a big block there from Walker.
I'm not sure it came over, but in any case, that looked good for Winnebago. Point goes to the Indians.
Winnebago within 5 here. Look at they play Grant. Nice high serve. Up. Slow struggle here from Hartington.
Free ball again. Ooh, that was a feisty free ball. Nice set. And that
Big
swing.
hit. That was Frazier with that big hit over there. There's Reyes again. Nice save. Good up. Let's get the third ball. Nobody got the third.
Miscommunication there. Those are the things that the coach, it's like nails on a chalkboard. They don't like to see it.
And it's something you hear everybody say, talk. You always hear the crowd screaming it. And, you know, it's just one of those things that this team, because we're only in the second game of the season, they've got to learn to develop that, right?
Communication.
You're looking for a leader out there, even in the JV squad. Good up. There's Frenchman with a nice hit.
Nice ball control on Winnebago's side.
There's Reyes again throwing it over. Good up there from Decora. Up there. And then Frenchman with the 3-ball over.
Solid.
Great placement.
Very good. You know, sometimes they call that the campfire area, the campfire spot. It's that smack dab right in the middle, closer to the front though. That's hard to defend, gets everyone confused, and that time worked out for Winnebago.
Walker, big serve to the back row. Ball kind of oddly placed. Too much for the Wildcats to handle.
And now Winnebago is within reach here, within 4 points, as the score is now 19-23. And looks like there's a lineup check here. Very strategic on the Wildcats coaching staff to call for a lineup check. Can cause a delay. intentionally. You want to break the momentum for the other team and not use up a timeout. Very wise.
Gotcha. That's new to me. I never would have thought of that.
Well, I used to coach high school volleyball, so those are little tools that you can use strategically as a coach. So now you can see it's caused a delay now, and maybe Walker's gonna, their hope is that she'll have a service error. So let's see if coach's decision to do a lineup check pays off for the Wildcats.
All right, they're making 11 move up to front row.
I mean, or they could really just be checking the lineup because they're confused.
True.
In any case.
They're having 6. Everybody scoots over. Reyes has to come back row. And, okay, well, there you go. They were 1 rotation off, it looks like, right?
Let's see.
Walker teeing it up. Winnebago down by 4. Serve coming over right to Reyes. Up to the front row. Nice up. Oh, good save there from Hartington. Walker got back in the action. Decor sets it up for Walker. Didn't get it lined up. Didn't get the timing down on that one. Over though. Here comes 3 ball. There's Reyes. Just over, and we're gonna get
yeah, number 3 for the Wildcats tipped it into the antenna, which automatically means the ball is out. Point goes to Winnebago, and now the score is 20-23.
Walker with the big serve. There's the service area you were talking about.
Right.
All right, game point here for the Wildcats. I believe they play 3 sets here in JV, right?
I'm not sure. I think this is. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. All right, double checking.
We'll see.
Frazier saves it. Blackbird sends it over.
Let's see if they can close it out.
Nice save there from Walker. Overhead comes Frenchman. Pops it up. There's Reyes. She's all around the ball tonight. Big hit there from 11. Out. Winnebago point. Within 3.
That one just long. Like Blackbird is up to serve.
She's one of the stronger servers in my opinion. What I've seen last week, she can hit the heck out of the ball. Comes out strong, but
that one's just wide.
There.
All right, so the Wildcats take that set, and we are sort of seeing which part of the JV game this is right now.
I believe the C was over, and I'm pretty sure this is the JV game itself. Maybe C only played 1 game. I mean, I did come in a little late, sorry folks, but yeah.
Well, I was here on time and I still don't know. So.
There you go. There you go.
So we're figuring it out, folks.
I'm pretty sure it's a 3-set JV game. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
So the scoreboard says period 1. If they're keeping up with that, then this is the first set of the JV match. Looks like they've adjusted the scores and 2 minutes on the clock before the players take the court again.
So as a former coach, I guess the question I would have for you, coming as a newcomer to volleyball, or not really a newcomer, but trying to understand the game more, I guess the question I'm trying to ask. You've seen Winnebago play. They lost 3-1 the last game, and then from talking with parents, it was kind of really similar. We would stay with teams to about 10 or 15, and then teams kind of would just take off. I mean, is it more of a mental thing? Is it the other team adjusted and found their spots? What's your opinion on that? I guess.
So my opinion on that is you're right that a lot of it is morale, team morale, especially towards the later half of any set. All the opponent needs to do is gain some momentum, and it can sort of decline the team morale for the Lady Indians, or really any team. It's kind of the sport of volleyball. It is a game of momentum, and it is a mind game. Like 50% of it, if not more than that, is mental. So it's being strategic. It's working on your volleyball IQ. It's working on your court awareness and muscle memory to tip it to the deep corner where points can often be scored. It's really a collection of all those things, and it can be overwhelming, especially for a younger, developing team. But momentum and team morale and it being a mind game are all like 3 big variables in a successful match for any team.
Because I guess the way I would compare it myself is it is a game of runs, right? The momentum there, but it's also a game of mistakes. because the
Sure,
way the
yep.
ball flies and the way it comes at you, it's never going to be the same every time. You
So
know?
it's managing those what we call unforced errors, tipping it into the net or missing a serve. Those are things that are within your control, but they result in a point for the other team because it was a forced error. So I think unforced error management is another big part of that too. That's something that a coach tries to address, and then the coach can preach it all day long and demonstrate it and model it, but it really, when it comes down to it, it's the players making those decisions, taking all those things into consideration from practice and from what coach has to say, and applying it to the game.
Correct. I agree. And like I said, appreciate that. Like I said, that was just something I wanted to kind of get your opinion on. Another one I wanted to ask you about. What'd you think of that Nebraska game?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, right?
So believe it or not, I wasn't able to watch the game, the whole thing. I caught like the beginning. It was really cool. But
Pair starting out serve here on the second set.
a historical moment for women's sports and for the Huskers and for volleyball all around the world. So
Just a miss hit there. Had a few friends and family get a sub here for Hartington. 2 for 14. That's Lang, and we bring in Collier. Actually had some family that was able to attend, and they said the atmosphere was just electric. Nice serve there from
I can only imagine.
Hartington. A little miss hit there on the tip. Good up over there from, I can't see the number, sorry.
Officials being a little lenient on some of those hits. In a varsity match, they may have been called a double hit for that one, but
good hit there from Hartington. But just the electric atmosphere, the 93,003 people that attended. I mean, you can imagine, because I've been to a few Husker games when you have that vibe. That stadium will shake with that many people in it, and I can just imagine what they did for volleyball. Kennedy cannot get it over. Good little setup. There might have been a little behind her on the setup, but okay, so at this moment right here, this is when you kind of lean on your kids, because as a former coach, even like in basketball, you see a team going on a run on you, you kind of lean on your kids and look at them and say, what are you guys going to do about it?
Yeah, they're out there, they're experiencing it firsthand. They know the vibe, they know the interactions, the mood, the morale.
Nice block there from Walker. Osteen with that service set there. They got 3 points for him. Winnebago gets the serve back after the pair miss hit. So I was going to ask you about that, even that with that miss hit. I mean, you're seeing more fingers. Where do you like to coach them to hit? Is it more on their knuckles here? Is it the palm?
Typically, for a hitter, you want to use your palm, that large, flat surface on your hand. Ooh, that was close.
We're going to get a net violation? Is that what we're looking at?
I'm not sure what that call was. Perhaps a net violation. I didn't quite catch that.
It was a closed fist pointed towards Winnebago's side.
And we got a couple of substitutions on the Wildcat side. Number 8, Howell, as well as number 11, Bruning.
The girls are even looking around confused. All right, we're going to have to get some clarification on that one. Looks like it's Rice with the serve. Nice up there for Winnebago.
Save.
Front row, standing still. Got to get themselves involved in the game. To me, that's what I think. Exactly what you're talking about earlier. It's the mental thing, being present, right in this moment. Be here. Nice up there from Kennedy. Reyes getting herself set up, and she gets a big hit.
Nice.
Back row hit again on the back line.
Looks like the line judge, Trina, called it out. The up ref called it in.
I thought it was in. I literally called it in just now myself too. I thought it was a great hit.
Looks like the player is confused. Okay, she's still confused.
No. She went for the serve. She overruled it.
Okay.
Head judge up there overruled it.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just not sure they got it down there.
I even called it myself. I said that was a great hit, and then we're looking at it like it was out. She threw Willie the eyeballs just now.
I'm sure she'll review this one later.
Another serve there. Walker puts it up.
Oh.
Pair gets over. Just miss hit there.
Jelena reaches for it, but that one is just too far out to handle, and now the score is 7-1. Bago trailing right now.
Like you said, this is just that group that's got to try to understand it for themselves, right? Like, how are you going to get yourself back in this game? That was Howell with that serve. Tried to be spiked down there by Bruning. Just could not get it over. The 5'7" senior for Hartington Newcastle.
And now Kennedy up to serve for the Lady Indians. It's a nice jump floating serve there, results in an ace.
There we go. Good ace. So when you play volleyball, I mean, lefty versus righty, does it really matter?
As a coach, you want to be strategic about your lefties because they're kind of rare and they're a special treat if they're also a hitter, because then you can place them accordingly to their strengths. You know, typically a left-handed person, a hitter, will want to be on the front right part of the court, and then your usual right-handed hitters will be on the left side.
Gotcha.
So just creates a good dynamic for a team.
Miss hit there from Reyes, who's been really solid for this Hartington team. I mean, feel like I've been calling her name all evening right now for this game, for this set anyway. 4-8 now.
And Tyndall serves up a heater for the Lady Indians.
Good work, 3 hit there from Hartington, coming over. Walker up to Frenchman, coming over. Big hit. Oh, with the tip.
Yep, there was a touch there.
That was a great hit there from Earth. There's Jelena, the freshman. Found a good spot.
Her nickname is Bunny. Good job, Bunny.
Well, so there's 2 bunnies on the court then.
Is there? Oh, because
That's Kellen's nickname as well.
Oh, wow.
Kellen Kennedy's nickname is Bunny as well.
Got a couple bunnies on the court for Winnebago.
Good serve there to the middle. Hartington gets a hold of it. Here comes a hit from that left side. Walker easily puts it up in the air.
Nice up.
Frenchman calls it. She puts it to the back row. Hartington, here comes a hit there from number 6.
Oh, nice touch.
Great hit there.
You know, that was a good rally overall, both sides. I mean, it's entertaining. They're showcasing their skills, their ball control. We're seeing both of that on both sides. I like it.
I think so as well. Let's see who's serving here now for Hartington. That's going to be Collier, subbed in like almost right when the game started. So here you go, Collier. Puts the hit over. Nice up there from Walker, right on the edge. Little tip back from Hartington. Good save from Walker. Grant almost gets it over. Just out of the way.
I think more communication will help alleviate some of the sort of the ball bouncing around on Bago's side. Calling the ball so the other person backs off and one person hits it, just less confusion.
Collier with the serve to the back row. Nice up there from Kennedy, but cannot get saved there. Who was the closest to it? Tyndall was almost there, but just didn't expect it to be such a slow hopper up.
And just a side note, Winnebago's shoe game looks really nice. I'm liking those fluorescent colors out there.
Oh, believe me, I had to go hunt for volleyball shoes for my daughter, Lula Decor. She's playing right now, and I think the consensus was basketball shoes. I think it's kind of what they were all talking about, but nice up. Here comes number 6 again for Hartington. Miss hit there on that left side.
All right, score is now Winnebago 6 and Hartington Newcastle 11.
All right, well, I got to test you here real quick. Those those nice fluorescent shoes you got there. Who's the signature shoe? What's his name?
The signature shoe?
Yeah, who makes them? What's the guy's name? Hartington moving around. It's going to be at the net. Nice block there from Winnebago, but cannot get over. Hartington's got it.
Is this something I should know? I don't. A shoemaker?
LaMelo Ball. That's the big guy that the kids like, and I mean that's his colorway. He does nice colors, and everybody likes them. But yeah, those are the LaMelos.
Well, I might need to cop me a pair.
There you
or
go.
So they say.
Walker hitting the back row, cannot get it up. Here comes number 6 again, the big hitter there.
Nice line shot.
That's Tyndall, right? That hit it.
Correct. Free ball.
Walker puts it over. 2 hit. Here comes the 3 down the middle. Nice up there from Kennedy. Good set, Maria. Oh, almost. She had a game plan with that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they had more hits to for Walker to set that up to somebody, but
she could have set it, but I think she had the game plan. She wanted to get it over on that one. 7-12 now. Winnebago not down, only down by 5.
Okay,
had a little bit of, like you said, the rally that we just got done seeing was keeping them in it right now.
And we got Frazier coming in for Winnebago in the front row and Grant in the back.
Bruning with the serve. Up from Kennedy. Tyndall, nice eye. Frenchman hits 3 hit over. We're going to the back row hit here from Hartington. Frenchman with the setup. Here comes Frazier. Big hit. Just cannot get it.
Looked like she may have almost gotten a touch there, but that one just sails a bit long.
So that's one thing that I know that me and like one of my coworkers, Sean Walker, were talking about last week after watching the game. We need some jump classes for our girls. We need to learn how to jump, right?
Yeah, that could be applied. I mean, that'll help them in all areas, all sports. You know, having that foundation to just have some vertical. I mean, that could be applied to anything: blocking, spiking, jump serving.
Yeah.
So I agree with that 100%.
We got to figure it out. Ooh, nice little hit there from Winnebago, just barely at the net. Oh, just could not keep the balance there. Going to get a net call on Hartington, or what was the call there?
It looked like a net violation on Winnebago. I think Walker was in the net. She was trying her best to stay out of it. She was trying to keep her balance, but
it's our serve now, so that must have been for us. As I said, it might have been 2 hit.
Oh, okay.
I think I seen them raise a 2.
Interesting.
Nice serve there from...
Was that Tyndall or was that Frazier? Oh, Frazier.
Serving well tonight. I think we've called her.
She's got some aces now. She's in the books for that. Contributing nicely is Frazier. She serves up again for Winnebago.
Nice.
And
back
another
row hit.
ace. There you go. And you know what? Right now she's got the hot hand. And you want to allow your hot hands to continue doing what they're doing well. And whether that's serving or spiking. If they have a hot hand, feed them.
Just got to find that rhythm in your serve. Good placement.
That one was a little short, so mixing it up is helpful.
6 with the hit on the miss hit for Newcastle. Looks like they're trying to find that grass field on that left side there. It feels like that's where they're trying to go score from.
And now Frazier helping close the gap here as Bago has 11 and Hartington Newcastle with 14. Oh, was there a foot fault? All right. Line judge called a foot fault there. Good serve, just her toe may have hit the line, the baseline there.
You think they need the buzzer like they do in bowling?
Maybe. It might be that might be a little too touchy.
Nice up from Grant, right at the front row. Good save there from Frenchman. Great job. I'm going to give her a round of applause. I like that.
Yeah, that was kind of like
exciting.
a tennis rally there. Yeah. Just kind of one-handed spike back and forth.
A little badminton action.
Yeah, sometimes it works out in your favor. Not always the best thing to look at. But
15 Frenchman with a big hit there.
Nice
coming up. Little back row hit. Good
nice
save.
Coverage by Grant.
Going to be a back row hit from Winnebago. Frazier. That's where I think, back row hits, you really don't want to try to jump, right? You're just trying to get a good angle on it.
I mean, unless the set is there, but what you need is a set that gives you an approach. You don't want a set that's back behind you because you're not be able to run at it. You just got to stand and spike it just like that one Frazier did.
Good up there from Grant. Frenchman back to Grant. Back row hit.
All right.
Gets it over.
I like to see Grant taking some swings.
Big hit. Frenchman, nice save. Ball's up. We're going to be behind the server. Good hustle. Love to see the hustle. Winnebago trying to make the rally to get back. It's now 12-17 within 5 here.
Yeah, I like seeing Tyndall move her feet to the ball.
Nice up.
A lot of movement.
Gonna hit it over to Kennedy. Kennedy with the hit, mid hit.
Nice lefty.
Big hit for 5. Ooh, nice. Just on the net.
Well, what number 5 did? Yeah, what she did was that set was a little bit behind her, so she got her feet set and she stood there and spiked it and rolled it over, and she didn't try to jump. She probably would have had an error if she tried to jump.
Nice up from Grant. Frenchman runs under, and they're going to go over here to Kennedy's. A 3 hit over. Nice spot on that one. Good hustle from Hartington. It was a good set. You've seen the hustle. She was almost on the opposite side and got all the way over there to get a good setup, but Reyes, I guess, just mistimed it.
That was a nice rundown of a set, though, on the Wildcat side.
13-18 now. Walker up to serve. Nice hit to the back row. There's
good
that
hustle.
Holstein we were talking about, just flying all over the place.
There you go. Nice controlled spike there. I believe that was by Grant, the front row.
Mid hit here from Hartington. Up by Walker. Frenchman brings it back. Frazier gets it over. Put up a good save. And back to the mid. Just a nice little volley here from everybody. Ooh. Big hit. Walker jumped right back up. I love the hustle on that one.
I love Walker's control of her passes. Oh, I jinxed that one. Trina would call me out for jinxing that. I compliment someone or a team, and then immediately after it has a negative impact. So I told her I wasn't going to jinx anyone.
We'll just watch the rallies, right? Just enjoy them while we see them.
Yeah.
13-19 now. Hartington took a 2-point advantage there. Still having the serve. Howell throws it over just on the net, and it drops down. So your opinion on those? Do those make you mad, or is it just you got to be better?
Yeah, they can make any opposing team mad. The only time those are good is if it comes from your team and you score a point.
You're the one serving it.
Other than that, they're
Good up from Kennedy. Going to go right back to a good hit to the back row.
And that was a left-handed one. That was perfect. I was just speaking to...
On the right side, you were talking about that.
Yes, we were just talking about that. So a good use of the coach deciding to put her on the right side, because that's exactly what can happen in a good way.
Decorah subs in for Walker. Yeah, what do they call that? Self-fulfilling prophecies, affirmations.
Oh, another foot fault.
Who hires these line judges? I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. Trina's good.
Trina,
she knows what she's doing down there. She knows what she's doing down there. 14-21.
Oh.
Big back row hit there from, I believe that was Reyes serving.
Yeah, that one looked like it was going to trail out. I think what some of the sitting players, teammates can do is help by yelling, out, 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 and then she would have left it. So probably a little bit more teamwork and communication there would have helped.
It's going to be a tip, right? They're going to call that, yep.
I mean, credit the serve. That's difficult to manage. That is coming from Reyes, Alejandra Reyes, 5'4" junior.
Playing very solid here in this JV game for him. Nice up there from Kennedy to stop the ace rally there.
Bago gives over a free ball, and Wildcats somehow fight it over. It hits the tape, but also snips a player, Winnebago player's arm on its way out, and point goes to the Wildcats. And now we are at set point with Reyes up to serve again.
Smoked it to the back row. Hey, credit to her. We've been calling her name the past 2 sets and showing out as the star player, and that's going to be your JV game, folks.
That concludes the JV game. Final score is 25-14. Wildcats took that one.
Varsity action on the way. Quick station identification. KWTN 100.9. Big Voice Radio at Allen, Nebraska, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska.
And we would also like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for sponsoring today's live stream, and that is TB Customs, Savannah Berlin Photo and Design, Ho Chunk Farms, Supreme Detailing, Avery Brothers, Ho Chunk Inc., Big Time Cleaning LLC, Native Star Casino, and last but not least, Iron Horse Bar and Casino. We say Pinagigi, thank you guys for your sponsorships and bringing high school sports to our listeners and viewers out there in Winnebago land and beyond.
Love to see the small businesses stepping up to support high school sports, especially girls' high school sports.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yes, and I know there's some people who are unable to attend these kinds of competitions in person at the school as much as they would love to, so this helps them able to tune in from home, from the car, from wherever they are.
I think the next step that we need to get to for our sponsors is even just having those little 10-15 second commercials.
Oh yeah.
You know, little something that we can play in between a set or a timeout or something. Bethany, we need to get on that.
I don't think she can make their commercials for them, but
yeah, correct.
Those businesses will probably want to make some commercials. Send it to us.
Yep.
15 seconds, 30 seconds. We'll get it aired. We'll get it shared so to promote your business.
All right, so back to what we were saying kind of halfway through the JV game there. Back to that women's college Nebraska game. I mean, we as a family was able to go sit down and enjoy a meal together, eat some hot wings, watch the ladies play in Memorial Stadium, just to see the way the stadium was set up. And I literally have goosebumps talking about it right now. It was so, I mean,
that's a historical moment
for women's sports too, right? It was the most viewed women's sport ever, right?
In the world.
In the world. Ever,
not even in the country. In the world. Like, man, I really wish I could have been there.
Happened right here in Nebraska.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Did you guys get some good pictures? And
I watched. My brother them sent me some, yeah.
Oh,
but even my niece who attends Wayne State, she got to go with a group of girls from Wayne State because
nice.
Wayne State had played earlier that day.
They did. Yep, I remember that.
That one wasn't televised, but I mean, even just to see the television coverage, I mean, ESPN was playing volleyball, was showing it, talking about it. Like I said, that kind of coverage for women's sports, I think is something it's growing. It shows you that volleyball is very relevant, right? Especially at the college level.
Year round.
Yeah, it's very relevant because, I mean, we used to live down in Phoenix, and I'll give you a quick story about Husker volleyball. We used to live down in Phoenix, and we went down and had it at a nicer restaurant. I think it was in the Scottsdale area or whatnot. And there's 6'4" girls come walking in, you know, and I see the little Husker thing on. I'm like, you at least play volleyball, don't you? And this was years ago. I feel bad because I don't remember their names, but and it was the middle of summer, and they were all down there for a sand volleyball tournament, representing Nebraska, playing that.
Do you remember what year this was?
Ooh. How old were my kids? Really though, that's what I'm trying to think. My kids were younger. That was when I first kind of moved down to the Phoenix area, so probably 08, 09.
Oh my gosh, you probably saw like Jordan Larson or
Probably.
Shoot, there's a bunch of them, but she's like the GOAT.
Okay.
Sarah Pavin, I think she was around that time, and they all now play professionally.
Okay.
Yeah, they played for the United States. They're played in the Olympics. So, yeah.
We have a picture with them somewhere, but this was before cell phones had really high quality, so it was printed out.
Oh boy.
Dated myself at this point.
All right. Probably all pixely, blurry.
That's when everything was megapixels then. But another question for you: how excited are you for this varsity team? Do you have any standouts that you're looking to? You're kind of hoping to see a little more out of them. Are you looking for certain girls to step up as leaders for this team?
So the last game I had a similar thought. You know, I was looking forward to seeing Melody Earth. I know she's a senior and she was a standout last season, and so very good ball control, very good volleyball IQ, all those things that are important to the game. However, the person that actually two of them impressed me the most last game, which was last week, was Mimike Dolzel and Callie Wolfleader. Both of them showing some leadership, some confidence, some discipline with their hits. I use that word a lot, discipline, when it comes to volleyball, because it ain't just whacking the ball here and there. It isn't just slamming the ball any old where. You have to have precision. You have to have intent and court awareness and all those things that come into play when I think of discipline. So those two young players have shown those things to me last week, and so I'm excited to see them carry that into this game here. Also been hearing good things about Vargas, but I feel like we haven't quite seen all of the players really showcase their growth, their abilities yet. So overall, I'm just excited to see the whole team perform tonight.
Correct. I think that's something that, me watching last week and getting a chance to talk with my daughter. She does play JV, gets to play varsity, so I get to hear her side of the story. Sophomore this year, but myself, I've been impressed with Vargas. I was impressed with Bass as well. I think those two, being a couple of the taller girls on the team, that's one thing that I seen myself. Being somewhat of a kind of volleyball guy, because my daughter plays and I have to know.
Yep,
I had to learn something, be able to have a conversation with my daughter about volleyball. But
of course,
just the strikers, right? It's getting your strikers in good position and having good sets. Having good volleys, getting a nice set from somebody to like. A setter with a striker has to have some type of relationship.
Yes.
You have to understand
Chemistry.
you have to understand where they want the ball. What works the best for them. And I think that's something that this team has to learn how to grow.
Right.
Just because it's high school sports, so there's so much rotation in and out. Every year you're losing seniors, you're bringing in freshmen. Those types of things are happening all the time. I mean, you've got a few freshmen right now even suited up playing varsity. But
is that the one flopping around on the floor over there?
Yes. But Trelia as well, Breezy. I mean, those are all Lula's friends, and my wife got to coach them through their kind of younger years down there at Whirling Thunder and things like that. And I know that's something we had a long talk with on the sports show is, how do we do a better job as volunteer coaches or youth coaches to grow volleyball here in Winnebago? Let's get back to state. Let's go make noise in our conference tournament. And I think that, to me, I think the talent's there, but the striking has to show up. I guess that's just from an outsider point of view.
Right. I think a lot of it too is the surrounding teams that we play against. A lot of those girls, and we might see some of it tonight with Hartington Newcastle, but height too. I feel like we
5'10's their tallest one.
We've kind of lacked height in a lot of years, but that goes back to your point earlier. Is training for jumping and increasing that vertical. I think that's something all coaches in all sports, at least those that involve jumping and leg work, really advocate for, and they want their players to be hungry to increase their vertical. And the tools are there. We have the weights, the workout equipment to do that.
The Vertimax that we have down the center.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, just really being intentional with using that and consistently using it, not just pre-season conditioning, but throughout the season as well.
Well, I think that's something we had talked about too, as far as our girls all love basketball, right? That's almost around in our area here in Winnebago. That's pretty much the first love, right? That's like the first sport that they want to love is play basketball. But getting them to understand, because we start volleyball now, like all the way down to 3rd grade, and it just feels like we're growing, right? But like even our 4th grade girls last year won the league championship during the spring league.
Nice.
So now let's keep building on that.
Right.
We're in fall volleyball now, and they're actually in the gold division. Kumi Masquat's their coach. So even at that age, though, and to me, it's more body weight jumping. We're not going to go give them kettlebells and just make them try to lift with actual heavy weights.
Right.
But what we're trying to do is just get them to understand that jumping's okay. Right? Even as a kid, when you're not playing, like, you can jump as high as you can, and that's okay to do. I feel like most kids want to stay grounded. They don't want to feel the embarrassment of falling down or this and that. But it's sports, man. Let's go.
Right. And even jumping and then also being aggressive while doing so. When you're at a volleyball court and you got your opponent is a hard hitter, you want to jump high but be aggressive and have solid arms so that when that hitter hits into your arms, it's going to go straight down. So, there's a difference between jumping up kind of loosey-goosey arms and then jumping up with the strong block. So being intentional with those vertical training situations is going to be helpful too. And I think when some of these young ladies, these young athletes participate in other sports, those skills get reinforced. The vertical, the hustle, the ball control, English, like all those things transfer, from one sport to another usually. And so I think if they can participate in more than one sport, it kind of helps them with their well-roundedness and overall athleticism.
Correct. So like I said, that's just the point that me and Sean Walker and a couple of the World Thunder guys were talking about. I think that's something that we want to try to expand on. One of the facets, I guess, that we do down there at Willing Thunder with our teens and our kids, and I think that's something that we've been almost like a movement pushing towards was, we want to improve personal training numbers, but we want to almost improve it in the athletes at the high school level, just because it feels like those are the kind of kids that, they actually are serious, they're tuned in to whatever sport they're in that season, and if we can get them to come down on the daily, it almost sets you up for a lifelong of healthy wellness, right? Being able to know how to work out and what to do and those type of things. And alongside with that, you look at how many college athletes Winnebago's been putting out lately. When are we going to get a volleyball one? When are we going to see that? I think Lala had a chance last year, but she chose basketball.
And that's a well-rounded player right there. Who's pretty good in all sports too. I think if we are more intentional about producing those kinds of high-quality volleyball players coming out of Winnebago, then I think we can make it happen. So I'm optimistic about that.
All right. I think Willie's going to take a break here. Okay. And then we're going to bring in our other announcer here, Mr. Quince Bass. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hello, everybody. Hey, I wasn't listening to the broadcast, but I was watching the game. And that was a good game between was that the B team, right?
That was the JV game.
The JV
that's
squad.
For sure.
And so I was watching the game and listening or thinking back to our interviews we had with Coach LaPointe when we had her up and stuff like that. She was talking about the young lady she has on her team, a lot of young ones, and she's seen a lot of good things out of the group. And then one thing that she talked about is like, the beginning of the game, the first half of each one of those sets in the past few weeks, that they look really good. They look really good, and then as that set goes on and gets towards the latter part of the set, then they kind of start dying out. And she also said they have to learn how to finish those games, because once and it's huge to learn how, when you're young, to learn how to finish those games, even if you got a small lead or even if you're behind in the game. To come back and actually, finish the game hard and win a game.
I mean, that's a little bit what you missed. Just to recap here, what me and Coach Bass was over there talking about was just, you look at the way Winnebago's been playing their past couple games and the past couple sets that they've had, playing with teams 10 to 15 points, and then the other team just kind of gets a roll, right? They get that couple point lead, and they kind of just take off on Winnebago. And and he talked a lot about just mentally trying to understand what do we need to do to get ourselves back in the game. Who's going to go get that point for Winnebago? Who's going to go make that movement to go get this point? And then we start talking about hitters having relationships with their setters, creating that chemistry within themselves, and understanding where my hitter likes the ball at.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had a great conversation with Willie, just trying to understand more about the game of volleyball. I was fortunate enough that I kind of got forced into coaching when my daughter, who's a college sophomore now, was a sixth grader.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh, there's no coaches. All right, Coach Hughes is here. All right, let's go. And I'm still trying to learn. My daughter's, like I said, my sophomore out here, and she's still teaching me more, even what we're doing now. So
yeah, we got called in last year on a couple games, volleyball games last year, Coach Hughes, and it was fun time. Fun time calling these games. This year, we see a lot of the same girls out here, but they've grown. You see a couple of them got really tall. I noticed Breezy out here, the
girl, yeah.
number 0 here. She's been lifting weights all summer. We had her on one of the summer shows this past summer, talking about the weightlifting program, and she's been out there all summer. And you can tell she put on, she toned up a little bit.
All right, so I gave Willie a couple of quizzes, and he got after me.
Oh,
I said he really liked all the high-colored shoes out here. Then you look at Kennedy's shoes. She's not warming up right now at all, but I asked him, do you know the name brand, or who's the shoe named after?
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see him? Let's see. Oh, she's sitting over there by the front door.
The colorful ones?
Yeah.
Those are lamellos.
Yeah, he didn't know that one.
Oh, yeah.
I got him on that one.
No.
He was corrected me, though, so I had to fire back at him. Much love to Willie.
Did he correct you and say those are basketball shoes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a good sport with everything, man. I appreciate it. I let him know, we're still learning here. But next question for you. Here's your quiz.
Okay.
Breezy's wearing the white shirt. What is she called in volleyball?
Oh, man, it's called a libero or libero.
Libero, you got it. Yeah, the libero.
Well, you know what? I'm still kind of like not confused, but I still need to know exactly what the libero does. I know she could set from anywhere. I guess.
Guess so. Yep.
Can she swing overhand anywhere, or is she just dust setter?
No, let me see if I can correct this. And my wife's probably going to correct me on it. Let's see if we can get into the comment section here, folks. I'm going to say what I think it is, and let's see if I'm right. Us as announcers, we're always learning and growing.
Yeah.
Here. All right.
Well, I kind of thought it was like she can set from anywhere, like she's the all-time setter.
Essentially, I guess that's a one way to put it. But from my understanding, she could not strike the ball from the front row. She can only take strikes from the back row, and she doesn't serve.
Oh.
Okay.
What fun is that?
Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me. I don't know.
I'm
just saying. I need to get the white. Brooke needs to come up here and correct me.
Listeners, I am just joking around. I'm just like, what fun is that? Because like serving is like the funnest part of the game, I think.
Well, some girls, and I don't know what that would particular reason of why you would. I wish Willie was still here. He could probably answer more on that as well. But
he'll hop in here in a little bit.
Yeah, we were giving Trina stuff for calling all the foot over the line on the serves because we were in rallies, and she kept calling on the line stuff. But Winnebago's just got to get better at it. The JV team, I thought, did really well.
So you know what? This same thing. I was as you guys were doing the game, I was out with my little girl, and I was kind of calling the game over there to kind of make her understand it a little bit. 'Cause she's only in 3rd grade,
Correct, yeah.
And so like just what I kept on telling her is that Winnebago, even down to our youth teams, as long as we can get the serve over, we have a good chance of getting that ball.
At that age too, that's one of the biggest things is just getting the serve over. That's one thing I did want to ask Mr. Bass before you let Coach Bass was, at what age do you really want them to start learning overhand? Because at 3rd grade, you see how close they are to the net when they're serving.
Yeah.
At that point, I feel like you're close enough to work on your overhand.
Yeah.
But it comes down to that strength as well. We talked a lot about strength and conditioning for these girls because that's something me and Coach Sean Walker, he's the high school, the junior high girls coach. We had a great conversation, and we were watching our girls. We don't have any verticals, man.
No.
We need to get some jumping going. You know what I mean? We need some Vertmax classes or something.
One thing that I noticed from that JV game for both sides, Hartington and Winnebago, is that neither side was had any anybody eye-opening to see to swing at the ball. There were some girls trying, but I mean, most of it was that just bumping it over and kind of setting it over and stuff like that. But this is the varsity action now, so things are going to change. The pace is going to change just a little bit. So can't wait to see this varsity action. The girls all here all warming up now. Everybody's, I think, Hartington's working on. They're spiking now. No,
that's that striker area we were talking about. They've got the right side strikers. You can see the mid strikers, and now they're working on that left side striker. That Reyes during JV, she was getting Winnebago from that location. And like I said, you look at the way Hartington moves on their warm-ups here. I mean, they're getting up and over the net. Winnebago just hasn't gotten to that point yet of understanding that, hey, we got to get up in the air and get over the net here. You could almost imagine getting a great spike would feel like what? A great slam dunk? What do you think here?
I'd say good. I'd say
really
I mean, if that's the case, then in a varsity action game, you're going to get about 15 dunks. You know what I mean? But I guess if it's a straight down one, untouched, or if it even hits somebody, bounces way out into the crowd, that should get your crowd hyped up. I really watched the live stream from the other night. You guys did the game, and man, this place was packed in here.
It looks
like a lot of people came out to watch this game this evening too, and not just parents. I see a lot of our high school and junior high kids out here supporting the girls.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to go watch the junior high football boys go play down there in Omaha Nation. End up pulling down the dub 14-0. So shout out to the junior high boys. Congratulations on your first football win of the season. Yeah,
congratulations, you boys. Yeah, we'll definitely be giving recaps tomorrow, huge at 5 o'clock on the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. The high school sports season has started, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Last week was a good episode, man. I'm glad that you came up. It was a full episode, and we just talked a lot about what's going on around here.
Yeah, there's a ton happening in Winnebago right now, for sure.
One thing I'm gonna try to follow too is that Omaha Nation girls volleyball team. Last year they were pretty decent. Last year they had these 6'1" freshman twins.
Yeah.
Do you remember those girls?
Yep.
I heard they're even better this year. And so, keep your ears and eyes out open for some word on how they're doing this year. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I think Winnebago usually hosts the Walt Hill and Omaha Nation schools in an all-Indian tournament for volleyball. I'm not sure where that is on the schedule yet, but I know that'll be exciting to see and maybe even see some of those players you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I have to give a quick shout out to R Eats, Reggie and Irita Frazier's business in Winnebago. They are open this evening for dinner from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. They're located in Winnebago. Their specials are Indian cheeseburger baskets and Indian dog baskets. They hooked me up and delivered me a dinner this evening, so I told them that if they did so, that I would give them a shout out. So if you're in Winnebago, you're hungry, you have until 8 o'clock to get over to R Eats and order yourself some dinner. So shout out to R Eats.
My go-to R Eats lunchtime.
My go-to too. Hey, what's your favorite? What's your favorite?
The Philly and fries.
The Philly and fries.
Philly and fries.
Dude, I love the Berea Indian taco.
Okay. Yeah. Those are specials though.
Yeah,
I get the Philly every day, right, Billy?
Oh yeah, Bill. Hey,
every day.
Hey, if Bill's over here working the camera, who's over there cooking?
Yeah, we're wondering what's good over there.
Who made my burger?
Oh, no, he said throw in the microwave tonight. Oh, Reggie's over there.
Yeah, he's holding it down.
I ran into them up there at Black River this weekend. They were pretty busy up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty busy up there.
Yeah. I like it up for those guys.
Yep, like I said, we were just talking to you before you jumped on, and he was announcing all our sponsors. I said it's lovely to see all the different small businesses coming out and supporting high school sports, and we love to support all our small businesses here in Winnebago. That's what's going to help Winnebago grow.
Yes, love it.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely heard a lot of people asking about like the Pee Wee games.
Yeah.
And then even we have a couple JV games and junior high games. They were talking about trying to, hey, could you guys live stream those games and stuff? And there's possibilities for that and stuff, but we need sponsorship.
Yeah, it comes down to sponsorships on all those.
So any of you parents out there, or businesses out there that would like to see some of the Pee Wee or JV or junior high
we're
games.
We're getting R Eats on the camera.
Oh,
They're
snap.
open till 8 p.m. Head on over there and see Irita and Reggie. Get yourself an Indian cheeseburger here with fries. Can't be beat, man. Nice to have a local option to get some food this late in the evening time.
I know that's some good food over there.
We still miss the days when the Sweet Lodge was open after football games.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bringing that kind of thing back, that community feeling, spirit back, man. Telling you what, that's where it's at.
Somewhere to go.
All right, looks like we're getting the starting lineups here for varsity action. Willie, if you want to take this one, it's all yours.
What's happening?
Starting lineups, just beginning of the game.
All right, so we got the starting lineup for both teams coming up here. Abby Rice. Manny Lang. Number 6, Zoe Gratzfield. Number 8, Lauren Howell. Number 9, Olivia Grush. Number 10, Maddie Steffen. And number 12, Mackenzie Bruning. And that is your Hartington Newcastle varsity lineup.
A lot of them girls play the JV game. They were good, don't get me wrong.
All right, starting lineup for the Winnebago Lady Indians. Number 1, Breezy Trelia.
0 tonight, she's a libero.
Oh, 0. Number 5, Danny Harlan. Number 6, Sierra Vargas. Number 9, Melodine Earth. Number 13, Nadia Bass. And number 23, Callie Wolfleader. And number 35, Mimi K. Dozel.
You have to help us. We had a conversation about the libero. What's the rules? I said my piece, but we had to see if we were correct or not. Let's go with the national anthem here, and then we have the followed by the Winnebago flag song.
And we'll discuss the libero here shortly.
Okay. Yeah.
And now for the Winnebago flag song.
My explanation, I guess, was she can't serve. She can't strike from the front row.
They can serve.
Okay. All right, that's new. Okay, that was the question we had. And that's what Q said. What'd you say?
And so I just said, basically, she's all-time setter.
So they don't play in the front row. They're back row players. You can think of them as defensive specialists. They're the ones that are going to get the first contact of the ball. So the chemistry between the libero and the setter is going to be key. And you'll oftentimes see those two positions practice intensely, collaboratively at practice, because in the match, that first pass has to go to the setter, that first and second hit. And they cannot spike, and they can serve. And you don't have to utilize a substitution to have them sub in and out when they're subbing for someone in the back row.
Like right now there for Hartington, 6 was in the game, Grassfield, and then they subbed Rice right in the game without having to come and make an announcement, correct?
Exactly. It doesn't get recorded in the books. The libero has unlimited substitutions for players in the back row.
As Australia comes in for Vargas.
All right, this is going to be interesting. I got to watch all these girls play last year, and I want to see how much they have improved since last year.
Right.
Serve
and
coming
we're
over
off.
from 9. Wolfleader with it up. Dozell with the hit. And Harlan, little too strong, going for that back row.
Winnebago is going to want to be pretty precise with their hits, and because Hartington Newcastle is going to let things go if it's trailing out.
Nice save there from Dozell as the Lady Indians just miscommunication there between Bass and Earth.
They look a little nervous.
Usually starts out that way until they get warmed up and figure out each other's chemistry and the opponent's capabilities. And Bass taking risk. You know, sometimes that's what you need to do to alleviate some of those nerves, is to just take some risks and then adjust thereafter.
And I'm not mad at that earlier. We had that conversation earlier, even for the JV game, was that you didn't see us attack the back row enough. That's 3 hits there for Winnebago towards the back row now. Nice save there from Winnebago. Earth 3 hit over. Little tip there. Hartington gets over.
Free one.
Australia sets it up, and there's Harlan with a nice placement. Good stop by Hartington. Up again from Australia. We're going to get 2 hit. What's that signal mean, really?
She must have jumped a little bit, Australia. They're not supposed to jump.
They can't jump? Okay, that's a new one. Okay.
No, they can't jump.
Q, they can't jump.
Liberos can't jump. Can they jump serve?
Yeah.
Nice hit there from Dozell.
That's going to be tight.
Nadia.
Yep. Nice joust action there by number 13, Bass, for Winnebago. Goes to that height discussion that we had earlier. Bass definitely has that, and showcasing her abilities there.
Nice hit there from Dozell. So how do you get, what's your conversation with your team when you start seeing miss hits like that? Maybe it's something you're seeing it as consistent. How do you kind of break your guys, your girls out of that to just great strikers? What are you looking to do there?
You know, a lot of times when that happens, it's because they rush it. They don't take their time. They need to focus more and be intentional about ball placement. Ooh, and that one just long, but a good swing by Hartington Newcastle's middle hitter, number 12.
Bruning.
Also, good call by the line judge there.
Best call yet.
Best call all night.
Best call of the night. That's right.
I heard all night.
Bass back to serve here for Winnebago. 2-5 now. Winnebago down by 3.
Nice serve. Oh, ace.
Oh, Bass.
That was a confident serve.
Great start from her. Maybe those hits to the back row for those first couple of points is the confidence builder. She's got it. She's striking the ball well. Good placement on it.
This would be a good time to start gaining some momentum for Winnebago. There's that jinx.
All right, Will, you can't start that. You said it. Now you're going to bring it into fruition here. You can't.
Man, I dealt with this the last game. I told myself I wasn't going to do that again.
That was
Here
my fault. I was giving her the props. That's on me.
Okay, I'll let you take that one.
All right.
Nice. Up.
Get there.
beautiful up, but it looks like Vargas just kind of let it drop. But she, in that situation, it's up that high. Is there a certain girl that's supposed to be the setter?
The setter should always want to get that second hit. If they're not going to get it, they need to yell help, and then the nearest player usually will go and take that second hit. But I'm not sure that we heard the setter yell help on that one. Ooh, wow.
Saved us.
Saved by Hartington. That was Bruning. Went after it. And here comes the libero subbing back in.
Yeah, and Dozel she was like, ooh, she knew that was close and that ball was going out, but Newcastle was able to get a hand on it, but didn't work out in their favor.
4-7 now. Harlan up to serve for Winnebago. Good hit, good set.
That was a quick set there.
Earth with a set. You're going to get Vargas
nice
with the
roll
hit.
Shot. Ooh, I'm surprised they didn't call that double hit.
Good set.
Swing.
Good hands by Trelia, yes. And that's Callie Wolfleader, number 23 for the kill. And I spoke to her before the game, and she said her favorite part about volleyball is hitting the ball. When I asked her why, she says it shows her strength.
That was a great setup there from Winnebago, and that's what Winnebago volleyball's got to look like this season to really get going.
That one wide, point Winnebago. And now Winnebago brings the score to 6-7.
That was Maddie Steffen over here on the right side. 5'9" junior for Hartington. Good hit just outside. Great job from the libero to get there. Oh, just missed hit it.
That was too tight. Callie tried to work with it by getting some fingers on it, but didn't work out. It was too tight and it was out.
Good up there, 6-8. So you see Winnebago got a little momentum there, got some of the points back, and then just had, would you consider that a bad set, or would you consider that just a missed hit from the front row there?
Oh, that's a good swing.
Good up there from Callie. Good hustle. Dozel puts it over. That might have been out.
That free ball, I think, was probably clearly out. Nice touch there by Vargas.
One more.
Great volley here from both teams.
Got a block.
Hartington coming up with a big hit. That's going to be a nice strike to the back row from...
That's Manny Lang, a 5'4" senior for the Wildcats, with a nice line shot and kill for the Wildcats.
Great job from them. Number 11 up to serve here now, Bruning for the Wildcats. Back row hit, set.
I mean, that was a good set. No hitter took initiative. And that one sails long. I think what needs to happen there to address that sort of miscommunication there on Winnebago's side is the setter should save the name of the player that they're setting it to, so that person knows it's coming to them, knows it's their time to shine. Oh, that was a slight line, Judge. That's really close.
Tight, right?
That was really close. Eagle eyes down there, catching the line for the foot fault.
That's some home cooking we're not getting right there. All right, number 2 here is Lang. She had a great strike early on. You know how quiet it got in here?
It's a nice jump serve.
There's 3 hit over.
All right, let's see what they do with their free ball. Good slide, but nice pickup by Dozel. Harlan rolls it over, and number 8 for the Wildcats finds the floor on Winnebago's side. Howell with the kill. And now the score is 11-7 with the Wildcats in the lead.
Movement here from the Wildcats to bring that lead up. It was 6-7 at one point. 7-11 now. Wildcats with the ace serve.
That's a tricky floating serve. You know, you just hit the ball flat on your hand, and it doesn't add any English or forward spin, and sometimes it can kind of wobble back and forth.
That's
so
a
that's
knuckleball.
The knuckleball.
Baseball analogy.
Exactly. See the transfer of skills from sport to sport.
All right, there's an up. Saved by Australia.
Yeah, another free ball. Okay, hitting on 2 is the setter for Wildcats. And dishing it over again on the second hit. Nice. Got to give credit to Olivia Grush, 5'6" senior, for establishing her presence in the front row.
And that was great placement there. Like you said, that's that, what you call it, the campfire zone?
Exactly,
right?
yep,
right
in
between
the middle.
everybody.
Tricky. Oh,
Almost. Lang kind of on a run here, and we're going to get a timeout from Coach LaPointe. Probably well timed.
Right.
7-11 now.
Yeah,
The run from Hartington.
I was just going to wait and say a few words while they're having a timeout here. One thing that I've been noticing too, and I wouldn't think Winnebago has to, if they watch these films over, they need to notice, watch how Hartington's girls, when the ball's going over and the bump is going up, the pass is going to the middle, they're both sides, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, both their hitters are taking 4 or 5 steps back to start their approach, and they're not walking back there. They're hustling back to that spot, and as soon as that ball's getting set, they're both attacking the net hard. They're not just standing around waiting for them to get set and then jump up. They're actually backing up, getting their timing down, running at the net and actually jumping up, and then going for the hit. Winnebago needs to do that. I remember speaking with Coach LaPointe one time about that too, about the girls' approach. I said, one thing about last year, I noticed this, because you got a lot of athletes that can swing, that can hit the ball hard, but you got to teach them how to approach and then make them do it like all the time in practice, because that's what makes them do it in the game.
Q, what you're talking about is the transition from defense to offense. It needs to be quick and speedy, and they need to be prepared.
Manny Lang out of the timeout with the serve. Dozell, great hit, but good pickup there from Hartington. Little tip over there from the girls in the front row, firing back and forth, and we're going to get a net violation, I believe, on Hartington. Winnebago's going to get the serve back. Vargas stepping up the serve.
8-14. Bago down by 6.
Good up there from Lang. Gonna put it over there, number 8. Nice up. Good save there from Harlan. Gonna
Good
get a
defense.
free hit for a pass. Up for Hartington. Number 6. Oh, nice block there for Winnebago to get hands on it.
I think Melody should have took a swing at that one.
Set. There we go, ladies. We're getting there.
Pretty tight. Way to use it though. Good hustle.
Number 11, Bruning on the volley back and forth. Gets a paw on it, gets it over the net, and Winnebago, great job. That's good volleyball.
Good hustle.
Right?
Wolf Leader was definitely being aggressive there in the front left, and I think she was caught off guard when the Wildcats scrambled around and got the ball back over. She was a little frazzled there.
8:15 now.
Beautiful pass by Trelia.
Oh, almost there from Harlan. From that back row, kind of sliding to her left, trying to go right. I mean, do you want more balance, or are you trying to keep the catch of the team off guard there?
I mean, as a hitter, you definitely want to adjust your approach to where the ball is going to be. So if it's swaying to your left, you want to like really hustle to your left and get a good approach on it. On that one, I think maybe her approach was just a little bit off.
Just missed there from Bass.
It's a good swing. I almost would have looked for a touch there, but.
And like you said, so early in the season, I like seeing that type of aggressive hitting, right? Isn't that because that's what you want to see out of your volleyball
Yes.
team, right?
You want to see risk taking, because those oftentimes can pay off over time. The more practice you get.
I like Hartington's got a lot of hustle right now. They're moving quickly.
Nice
Good
up by Harlan, and another beautiful up by Trey. Oh. I think if Harlan got up a lot quicker, she probably could have got that third hit. But great hustle on Winnebago's side. Okay, the score is now 18-8. Bago trailing by 10 here, trying to find an answer to the runs that Hartington Newcastle's giving.
Here we go again. They're giving away a lot of free hits, Winnebago is right
There's
now
a lot
that
of
I'm
free
seeing.
balls. Yeah. You know, they may want to increase their risk taking and take more swings like Callie did just right there. That's exactly what needs to happen. Take some risk. What have you got to lose? You're down by 10. Let's have some fun. Let's take some swings. And that's what Callie likes to do.
Great job there
Nice
from Wolf
setup.
Leader.
Yeah, nice setup too.
Like you said, I think it's taking that. Australia's been doing a great job of getting the ball up. You've been seeing some good sets, but you said a striker's got to be ready to go. She might have been too excited after that one.
Yeah, I would maybe work on that serve a little bit in practice. There's a lot going on. There's some running. She's starting way back. The toss is there. There's a lot of moving parts to it. You want to simplify your serve to have more control. I believe even coach gave her a zone to serve it to, and it went nowhere near that zone. So they may need to focus on that moving forward.
Good, big hit there from that's number 8, right? She's been striking the ball well today. 20-9 now.
She's one of their hot hitters, definitely, so far. They want to keep feeding her if they want to continue adding points to the scoreboard on their end. Harlan taking a risk there. Ooh, picked up nicely by the libero for the Wildcats, and now Winnebago gets a free ball. Let's see what they do with it. Their miscommunication.
Double set there.
Yeah, they need to figure that part out. I mean, both Dozel and Earth are good setters, but we only need one. Each time a set needs to happen.
Nice up there from Australia.
Diving save.
Nice block.
And Bass puts blocks in the books for Winnebago.
Second one today. Did she have one earlier, correct? Did we call that one?
That one was a joust. That's more of a kill.
Okay.
Actually, that's a good question. I'm not sure if a joust is a kill or a block, but in any case, a strong presence by Bass.
Dozel with the miss hit there as well. Like I said, that's what we were talking about earlier, right? We were saying, how do you get out of that? What breaks you from that cycle of, the mindset? Like you said, the mental toughness, kind of like, your approach to the game, right? It's just, there's one there, right back and forth. Hey, I made it happen for
a lot of girls don't know, but there's an actual stat like free throws on for volleyball on getting your serves over. I've seen a couple
percentages.
Yeah, a couple percentages, like 1,000%. Like there's some girls that get every serve over all season long. I mean, they don't score every time, but they get their serves over every time.
Barunian with the big right side hit there.
The same goes for spiking too. Keeping the ball in play. You're not going to get a perfect set every time, so you need to keep the ball in play, whether it's a roll shot or a tip, or if you just have to give a free ball. All those are taken into account for a hitting percentage. Right now,
to the back hit there.
We have players working on their hitting percentage there, keeping the ball in play. Picked up nicely by Wolf Leader, and a roll shot there. See, we talked about unforced errors earlier. That is an example of an unforced error. She could have pushed it over, bumped it over, kept it in play, but did a roll shot into the net. That's an unforced error.
I'm learning a lot tonight, really. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. That's up by Harlan. Harlan to Dozel. Dozel to Wolf Leader from the back row. Sends one over. And a nice blocking touch. But point goes to the Wildcats, and they take this first set 25-11.
I think that goes back to what we had talked about earlier in the show when we first kind of jumped on here. We said Winnebago has its moments where we see the stars that they can be, or we see what kind of team they can be, and then we reach these moments and then we lose it. Right? Or not say we lose it, but you see what I'm trying to get at is either Hartington just either figured us out, or we're just not staying mentally tough to match energies. That's the way I always try to coach when I talk about it, is if they're bringing that type of energy, we need to match it or be higher than that.
I think I think that's a key word there. You definitely want to start with strong energy, but you also want to maintain that energy throughout the whole set, throughout the whole match too. Once it starts letting down, the other people gain more momentum, and so it's definitely a balancing act, but you want to keep that positive energy going. And sometimes that takes a leader or two to step up on the court and say, hey, that's all right, let's get this next one. We call that the next play mentality. You don't focus on the wrongdoings. Yeah, say my bad, we're all good, but let's move forward. And you need more of that, I think, on Winnebago's side to address those concerns you just brought up.
Yeah. I agree, Willie, I agree. I just watched a little bit of volleyball this past weekend. I watched a little bit of sand volleyball, and it's a lot different sand volleyball, but it's still, still a lot of the fundamentals is what I'm trying to get at. You see the girls out here, and you think about those fundamentals that you learn when you're learning the game of volleyball. And a lot of times in games like this, when they're lopsided with a score of 21-10 or something like that, there's a big fundamental difference, and we're seeing that today because, like you guys were talking about, that Winnebago's not being aggressive at the net. I mean, they are coming up for blocks and stuff like that, but as for getting themselves set up for a spike or a kill or something like that, they're not setting themselves up. But every single time that Newcastle sees the ball come over, they're getting their spikers ready and stuff. And Winnebago just got to get a little bit more aggressive, And maybe if those fundamentals are a little bit more intact on the passing and the sets and stuff like that, that we'll be just fine.
The best high school girls volleyball teams have a presence not just during volleyball season. They're training and playing with each other, working on their team chemistry year-round in camps, in summer leagues. And so I think if we had a program like that in Winnebago where these girls are building their volleyball court chemistry specifically, I know they play in other sports and whatnot, but the more they play, the better they'll get, especially as a unit. I think that might be a missing piece in the conversation.
Word.
Frenchman in the game now to start this second set. Like I talked about her during JV, I think she's a very good striker.
And we're back in action here in the second set of the varsity game. Nice up by Frenchman to Bass. Bass to Wolf Leader into the net. Point goes to the Wildcats.
Yeah, like you said, was that more of a roll shot, or was that, because like you said, from the back row, you mean you're trying to hit back row, you obviously can't hit it down to the ground, but I mean, that's one of them roll shots you're talking about, a miss hit there.
Yep, the keyword there is a roll. If it has that forward spin, wow, what a great up on the Wildcat side. Another roll shot there, just kind of a snap, a forward spin as a roll shot. Nice back row kill by number 23, Wolf Leader for the Lady Indians, putting them on the score early on in the second set.
That risk taking we were talking about, and it paid off.
That roll shot Willie's talking about, you can get really creative with that if you can control your wrists.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The distance, you can control the distance. And it can even be an illusion sometimes too on the receiving end. Good swing.
That was close.
Good swing. I like seeing that that type of play at the high school level, running your middles, doing quick hits. You don't see a whole lot of that at the high school level, more at the collegiate level. So that's always entertaining to watch.
Bass trying to do a little short shot there, looked like.
I think what's happening is Coach Lapointe is giving her players a zone to serve to. There's 6 zones on the court. Zone number 1 being where the servers go, and then it moves forward to number 2.
Nice up there from Australia.
And 3 all the way to 6. Oh, nice kill. There's a roll shot there that worked in Winnebago's favor. I think that was Harlan.
We just got to talking about that net shot earlier, right? You know, it sucks when it comes at you, but it's
For
great
real.
when it works for you.
For real.
That one, the one we just saw, we liked.
Yep. All right, here we go. Harlan 3-2 now. Winnebago with the first lead this game, and they're going to get an ace.
Nice.
From Harlan, showing her stuff.
Harlan looking to gain some momentum for Winnebago.
Choka.
Nice little serve over there by GB1.
Choka Bass. Harlan with another great floating serve that time.
Knuckleball. Ooh, off the opposite leg.
Miss hit.
Right into the ground. It looks like they're really trying to get Stefan going here in this set. That's been her second hit now that they've been trying to get to her.
And just looking at that form from that last attempt, she's got the form ready for a nice sliding hit. And there's a kill there by number... Who was that?
Ratsfeld, number 6. Zoe. The 5'10 senior, the tallest player here for Hartington.
Hey, 5'10.
All right, we have Bruning, Carly Bruning to serve.
Is that considered a free ball as well when you hit it right back out over at him?
Yes.
Nice little tip there from Vargas. Here comes the big hit there from number 2, Lang, I believe.
Nice.
Beautiful up there from
Rockets.
Hartington.
Spike by
Free
Wolf
one.
Leader.
Set it up.
Earth with the set.
That's
Coming
tight.
up comes Vargas.
But wow, very athletic kill by Vargas for Winnebago, showing
for that too.
that Winnebago can run a slide play as well and executing nicely.
Slide play moving
Off
right
the
to
one leg.
left, or left to right, and coming back the opposite direction.
That was a highlight play
Love
right
to
there.
see it.
And Earth with one of her signature floating serves. And a miss hit there. Just a quick note on Earth. I asked her if she had any fun facts, and she said that in 8th grade is when she started her jump serve, as you can see right there. I probably
Just
jinxed
missed.
it, but you
Just
know.
missed.
But if we just focus on the form, it was nice.
It was there.
Just that one didn't quite
And
work
I
out.
think that's something that, you know, even like when she came into high school, she did get a lot of playing time as a freshman, got a lot of playing time as a sophomore and a junior, and she's really shown herself out to be a very well-rounded server. Let's get the percentages up, right, as the season goes along. Great back over there on the 3rd hit. Here comes Hartington, even doing
We're going free here.
Free hits back and forth here.
I want to see Winnebago execute this. Good swing. There it is.
Vargas, their second kill of the set.
Vargas is picking up some momentum, and now she's back to serve.
Bass back into the front row here, subbing for the libero, Australia. Vargas with the serve, back to their libero. Here comes the set to Howell.
There you go.
Howell with the power, definitely, and that pushes the Wildcats to take their first timeout of this second set.
Winnebago 9-4, great adjustments from Coach LaPointe.
Yeah, can't get comfortable right now though, because that's what they call timeouts for, is to try to change up this momentum. Winnebago has the momentum right now, and looking really good right now. 9-2 or 9-4.
All right, real quick, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors, TB Customs, Savannah Barreling Photo and Design, Ho Chunk Farms, Avery Brothers Sign Company, Ho Chunk Incorporated, Supreme Detailing, Big Time Cleaning, LLC, Iron Horse Bar Casino, and Native Star Casino. Also want to give a shout out to R Eats. We're waiting for our burger and fries.
Yeah, we're waiting for those. If they don't show up by the time this game is over, we're going to tell everybody not to go over there. Nah, just kidding. Shout out to Reg over there. I know you're cooking up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's got us playing in the dining room area, right? Maybe they're listening to us.
Oh, yeah. Well, shout out to all the people in there eating.
Took the timeout here.
Me and you'd be over.
9-4. Vargas with the serve. Hartington still got a setup even after.
Nice up by Earth.
Nice
Big
swing.
hit there
Wolf
from
leader,
Wolf
doing
leader.
what she loves. Free ball for Winnebago. I heard communication there. That was good. Ooh.
Little tip there from Wolf leader. Chose not to hit the ball down.
That was a good play right there.
Nice little short set.
That was
Rathfeld.
number 6. Showcasing her middle hitting abilities.
So you were talking a little bit about that quick hitting middles, right, that you're seeing from Hartington right now. So I guess give us a little bit more detail about that, because I'm so used to seeing outside right, outside left, right? That's the normal places you would strike from, correct?
Right. Those are the usual sets there, but in the middle you can still run a regular high set to the middle. It's just that it's really predictable for the blockers to get there and block her. But if it's quick, it's unexpected, it's hard for the blockers to adjust and put something up in time. So a quick play by your middles is always ideal. It can be difficult to execute though.
Wolf leader with a great strike from the left side.
They're being really calm. They're being patient on the last 2 hits over. Watch.
Composure.
Yeah, the composure is there.
Composure definitely helps.
Great piece of volleyball here from Winnebago in the second set. Wolf leader coming through. Almost gets that one to drop.
That was close. Just a couple inches out.
10-6. Winnebago has the momentum at the moment. Let's see who we got serving now is Rooch. 5'6" senior, Livia.
And Stefan came in to sub in the front row for the Wildcats.
Tough set there. Or is that an up?
That's
what do you call the
probably
first
a mispass.
Okay.
For a passing error.
So, Hartington looking to get it going. Olivia trying to get it back.
That was a better pass there. Good swing by,
Nice strike.
I believe that was Vargas.
Frenchman.
Oh,
Frenchman hit that one.
That swing.
Good talk there from Australia. And we're going to get double hit. She left the ground or jumped, right?
Yeah.
She can't jump.
I think the official's trying to explain it to her.
So when she did that set, she's getting to her tippy toes and trying to get in the air, look like?
I think it's difficult to not jump when you're setting overhand.
Mm-hmm.
But you're less likely to jump if you're setting with a bump, though. And I think that's kind of the issue. Whoa. That one almost hit the ceiling.
The free ball there, big
Nice.
hit.
Mackenzie Bruning, showcasing her middle hitting skills as well. Really, I like that the Wildcats are engaging more with their middle hitters.
And just like that, we're at 9-10. And as I say that, the game's now tied. 10-10. Good piece of coaching here from the Hartington coach for that timeout. Talked to him a little bit and said, let's get back to our game. I think that's kind of what maybe was said there.
Tight.
Winnebago with unforced errors.
Right there. That's one of them. She could have bumped it or positioned her body a little bit more to get a better touch on it. That one was just a little bit awkward.
First pass, Earth has a nice little tip over there in the second hit. Setting it up here for Hartington. Big hit from there, going to the back row. Australia sets it up. Here comes Harlan. Might have been out. Libero saved it. We're still going. Free hit here for Winnebago. Australia sets it up. We're going to go back over here to Harlan again. Good piece of volleyball here from both teams. Tip over from Hartington. Back up. Earth's got it. Going outside to Frenchman. She's going long. That might have been out. Libero gets a hold of it. Free hit here for Winnebago. Ball goes up. Set from Earth. Going over here to Bass with the left-handed tip over. Could not get it to go.
Yeah, that set was just a little too far from Bass and a little too tight to the net for her to really do anything with it.
I liked how she backed up to get space, though, for that hit.
Little miscommunication there.
I think so. I think there's a positioning kink that they need to work out because Bass was sort of in the passing zone for Australia. Australia thought Bass was going to get it. Bass didn't get it, and so they may need to make some adjustments there.
6-point swing there in that one. 10-13 now. Hartington takes the lead back.
And again, a game of momentum. It can sway either way, but once a serving run starts, it can be hard to end it. So Winnebago killing some momentum.
How many timeouts do you get in a volleyball game?
I believe you get 2 per set.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then the 5th set, which is played to 15, you only get 1 timeout. But like I said earlier, there's other tools that a coach can utilize to help kill momentum, such as a lineup check that can kill off a few seconds anyway.
So it's not like the way I would think about basketball, where I said, well, I'm going to save my timeouts because they're going to roll over to the next half. Don't work like that.
You use it or lose it each set.
Winnebago back at it. Made some adjustments. Going to get a set here. A little bit of a miss hit. Saved by Harlan.
Close.
Still working. They're going to go to the middle. Tip over. Up. Nice set from Frenchman. Going to go back. Middle back row, I guess you'd call that. Big old set. There we go. Number 8. Oh, nice. Up here from Harlan. Frenchman. That was Wolf Leader. Hit it to Australia.
I guess you can spike back row.
Wolf Leader going up. Here comes Frenchman on the outside. Nice hit there for Frenchman. You keep up with me there?
I caught that. I'm not sure if the officials caught that, or maybe my understanding of the rules is wrong.
She didn't jump though.
It looked like
She was like probably about
Her
on her
foot was still on the
tiptoes.
ground?
She was on her tiptoes, and she smiled about it too. That was a good play though.
Frenchman. Nice serve there. Winnebago got the point back.
Nice,
11-13 now. Nice up. We're going to go over here to Harlan. Nice hit to the back middle. They're coming up. Big hit here from Hartington.
Ooh, nice misdirection.
Back to their big hitter, Stefan.
Beautiful placement.
And Wolf Leader was back there. She got a hand on it. She had the right form. Just she wasn't quite there where she needed to be yet, but she had the right idea.
So watching how Winnebago set up to receive that serve there, and I see they're kind of almost in like a half moon setup. You'd have to give me a little bit more information about that. When I got to coach volleyball in 6th grade about 10, 15 years ago now, we just sat in our regular 6 spots. And I mean, what do we do? What is that kind of doing when you do that?
I mean, the more advanced the team is, the more developed they are, the more creative you can get with the
Big
rotation.
block there from Bass.
So at that level that you were coaching at for 6th graders, you may want to keep it at just the basic 6 zones there. But at high school, you can play around with the positioning and where people stand. You still have to maintain order, but you can get more creative with who is actually standing where to receive the ball.
Gotcha.
And it's even more creative at the collegiate level.
Good hit here
Nice
from Winnebago
volley,
and from Hartington. Big middle hit there from Hartington. Coming up, here comes Earth. Over to Harlan and miss hit it. 11-16 now. Winnebago got within 2 and then just cannot get the ball back right now. Howell been up to serve, past 4 serves.
Beautiful pass by Australia.
Big setup here for the middle hitter. Miss hit there. Winnebago fortunate enough to get a point back. 12-16 now as Vargas subs in for front row for the libero.
And now we need a new mic.
Just buy a whole new mic, guys.
Just throw that one away.
Bass with the miss hit. The unforced error is what we're seeing out of Winnebago right now, and it's been kind of a running theme, right, that we've seen.
I mean, if you look at the score, only down by 5, there was probably about that many, if not a little bit more, of those unforced errors. So if they cleaned that up, maybe the score would have been a little bit closer. But those are some things that you want to work on during practice.
Because I don't think an unforced error is completely erasable from your game, correct? I mean, it just naturally is going to happen, whether you want it to or not.
I mean, the Huskers, I mean, one of the ways that they're so successful is they manage their unforced errors. They try to eliminate their own mistakes, because at the end of the day, a mistake is a free point for the opponent.
Correct.
And so if you can eliminate those, you can at least eliminate the free ones and make your opponent work for their points as opposed to just giving them away.
Gotcha. 12-18 now. Winnebago down by 6 here. Big serve from Bruning. Winnebago mismanaged it. Free hit here for Hartington. Setting it up, and they're going to go back right here. Big hit out of bounds. Still looking to get Howell going on the outside. I don't know how, sorry, apologize. Stefan going on that outside right edge.
Staying alive, down 5, and Danny Harlan up.
And Wolf Leader comes back in for Winnebago in the front row.
Big hit from Harlan. Young team, you got to remember that too. You know, they do have senior leadership on this team, but the consistency, I think, is a theme that we're seeing as well.
The girls could probably benefit for some placement serving. Right now, I kind of think they whack it over, they apply power and, you know, a sense of control. But if they're more intentional, I feel like they would eliminate some of their serving errors.
Big hit from Lang, nice up from Trelia, back over to Hartington. Here comes Lang again, up to Harlan, could not get it.
Oh, good hustle.
Good hustle from Trelia.
And see, I like the energy. They're supporting each other, saying good hustle. They're smiling. So the energy seems to be okay. I think it's execution and composure are the next two things I would explore if I were them.
This hit here served from White, or no, sorry, number 11 on their side. Bruning, got to be a couple of sisters, right?
I think so.
Carly and Mackenzie. Got to be a couple of sisters there.
Now Earth to serve for Winnebago.
Get up.
That was a quick play there. Picked up nicely by Harlan. Harlan to Earth, Earth to Vargas. And now there's a scramble in the front. Free ball for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can put it away. Outside set and just wide. Point Winnebago.
Just a bit outside.
Second best call all day. Trina, we love you. We're just kidding.
Shout out to Trina, best line judge.
Melody and Earth up with another serve. She's attacking that libero back middle there. Big hit, and we're going to get net violation, I believe. We've seen a lot of that the last game. I feel like it's been cleaned up this game. We might have maybe had 2 or 3 that we've seen in varsity so far, but I felt like last game we've seen a lot more.
Right, I remember that too. There's still no whole nother set though, I think. Oh wait, no, this
second set here.
Oh yeah, yep. I mean, we hope that there's more sets to come.
Big hit from Harlan. Just could not get that angle to get it to drop. I mean, you have to hit it a certain way to make it just drop to the ground?
It's that roll shot. It's that English, that forward, spinning forward English to the ball that'll make it actually drop. I think if Harlan applied some more English and maybe laid off on some of the power, the ball would actually hit that back line or the deep corner, which is like the ideal place for a ball to go because hardly anyone's ever there.
15-23 now. Lang up to serve. She's had about 3 or 4 here in a row. Big hit, 2 aces in a row for Lang, looking to put it away for Hartington. Game point here. Monty Lang, 5'4" senior. She's got some ups. She can jump. We've seen her striking on the left side over here for Hartington throughout this set.
And we are at match point for the Wildcats, and it is an ace. And the
3
Wildcats
aces in a row.
take that match.
All right, I got one for you, Willie. We're going to have a quick discussion. We have a little time here in between the sets. High school men's volleyball. Will it ever happen in Nebraska?
Man, that would have been a dream of mine while I was in high school. But
we have a gentleman here at Winnebago that's a very good ball player that's in high school.
There's a lot of good male youth volleyball players that are out there right now. That there's no space, there's no organization, there's no platform for them to practice, develop their skills, and participate in competitions. But do I feel like that is something in the future? I think with Nebraska being a huge volleyball state, that there's a high likelihood. At the same time, there's no Division I men's volleyball team at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So if it was a big volleyball state, I feel like we'd have a men's team and opportunities there. There are some smaller colleges, maybe some junior colleges that have men's teams, but they're just not prevalent enough. They're really big out in California, obviously, sort of a volleyball capital of the country. But, I have high hopes that one day we'll have an organization for boys high school volleyball.
Well, the way Winnebago has been moving, and we just got done having that conversation about introducing new sports for kids and introducing new sports for kids here at Winnebago and in Nebraska in general. I mean, we started the women's wrestling, right? Now it's a state championship thing that they can attain. What's wrong with us trying to do it here?
I think that shows Winnebago's ability to be interested in and create new sports programs. So I think boys volleyball should be added to the list. I would certainly be an advocate. I think there may need to be some sort of an assessment to see if there's interest, that if people would actually sign up.
Correct.
But if we gather all those things, I think there's a possibility to create a team.
Fun fact. The year that everything got shut down for COVID, Arena actually hosted and had boys volleyball.
I thought I read something like that.
As a league, and our own Robert Manuel, that was working at the center at the time, actually I convinced him to coach him.
Nice.
And our high school boy now is one of them, and the boys that were playing, they're all like seniors and graduated now. And then once COVID hit, what happened? They shut it down and they never brought it back. And we had 2 teams out of Winnebago, Willie, playing in that league.
Wow. So
always looking for advancement.
I like it. All right, we're underway here on the 3rd set of this varsity match. The Wildcats took the first 2 sets, and they start off this 3rd set with a point.
On an unforced error, right? Winnebago kind of just mismanaged that one. It's right there. Ace from
number 8.
Olivia. Say it for me, Grusht.
Is it 8 or number 9? Oh, it's number 9.
Number 9. The 5'6" senior, Olivia.
I had all our pronunciations down at some point, but yeah.
Okay.
Grusht.
Nice up there from Wolf Leader. Going to head on over here to Harlan. Gets it over.
Beautiful back set by Earth on that previous set.
Ooh, nice.
And you know what? Wildcats, they're just executing. They're
Correct.
Finding the floor. They're taking risks. They're swinging. Winnebago appears to be ready, but the ball is finding the gaps.
I think that's something that as they advance and as they grow and get better, nice hit there from Dozo, just outside. Like you said, what I'm seeing from out of Winnebago versus what you're seeing from the other high school teams that we've seen Winnebago play this year, a lot of it is just mental and confidence. I mean, that's one thing you always try to look in your kids and try to instill in your kids is have that mental, the confidence that I can get there. I'm going to be there. You're going to do it well for your teammate. Almost having that rally spirit is what you're looking for.
I think it goes back to something that I said earlier too, and that's their ability to play more often than just in one season. They need to not just play the game, but also play together. So those opportunities would be helpful, I feel like, for Winnebago. Good hustle.
Almost. Harlan was able to get it back up in the air, could not get the 3rd hit over. Super impressed with Manny Lang from Hartington right now. She's a great striker from anywhere on the court from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, Will, I remember speaking with Darla on her interview not too long ago, and she was talking about what she wanted to do now that she's back into coaching, and that's played throughout the whole year, especially in the summertime.
Decora subbed in for Wolf Leader into the back row, receives it, puts it up, Earth goes over, gonna mistime it, but there is Trelia getting it back. We're gonna get a hit over there from Jolan, the freshman making an appearance on varsity, and Decora could not get it up She might hear something from me later.
She was there though. She had
Yep.
the right form. She had her hand out. Maybe if she had her hand flat and reached a little bit, she could have pancaked it up. But you could tell.
Well, her mom
Definite
loves
natural.
talking to her about that. That pancake's one of the more exciting things you can see out here.
I know her mom could do a pancake. I've seen her do it. So she's got it in her blood. I know that.
Your mom does those tortillas.
That's what she calls them. Oh, another one
Yeah,
there.
another one she could have had.
You know, I think after that, it would be a good idea for her to maybe to move a little bit forward, especially on this particular rotation with
Yep.
that particular hitter hitting that same way. Obviously, hit it in the same spot twice. So let's see if Decorah makes that adjustment.
Australia with the set. Going to get a free hit here for Hartington. Send it over. Send it up. Little bump over there from Hartington. Set up again. Here comes Earth. Might have been a mistimed
Net violation.
set there for him, and net violation for the freshman Blackbird.
I mean, one way you could help mitigate some of those net violations on your side is to practice jumping straight up and down, not jumping sideways, not jumping while moving another direction, just jumping straight up and down. That'll help you stay out of the net oftentimes.
9-0 now for Hartington.
Oh.
Another tough set there from Earth.
There wasn't much Dozel could do with that one.
Yep.
That set, again, was pushed way too far out, and Dozel just did her best, and now Winnebago takes their first time out of the third set of this varsity match.
Tough first 9 points. Great serving there from Olivia Grush. That 5'6" senior, she's had all 9 points so far.
Yeah, just a quick comment on sort of what we're talking about as far as opportunities for Winnebago. I think it goes back to that old philosophy of just the more that you play, the better that you get. And, you know, that applies to any sport, really, but it's really particular for volleyball because people just assume it's an easy sport. Oh, I play basketball, so I can get in there and just be an all-star volleyball. There's some discipline involved. There's some IQ to develop. There's court awareness. There's communication. There's fundamental skills involved with passing. There's form to learn, and all those things added up can make a really good player. But you have to work with your entire team with all those variables to experience some sort of success.
I think that's
on the
what we
court.
talked about earlier with the chemistry you want to see developed within the team itself.
Definitely.
Right? Within your setters, setting up your strikers, and your strikers understanding that, you know, it might be she misses me here often, or, you know, that those
Yes.
little details that you get with playing with somebody for so long.
Exactly.
And like I said, I feel like that's something that it's being created down there through Whirling Thunder, but at the same time, keeping them together and continue playing volleyball even through the summer. And I really do feel sorry for my parents because they're already busy. You know what I mean? Like, they're already busy and we're asking them to do more. But at the same time, you know, if you want your child to have success at a high school level and actually obtain that ability to go to school to play a sport, that's literally what it takes. And nowadays, and it sucks that it's like that, but you have to start at third grade, if not second or first.
Yep, sooner the better.
Get up there from Decorah. Big strike here from Blackbird, and it goes long.
I think Blackbird has some potential. She's showing that through some of her risks that she's taking. If she really wanted to practice the technical part, is to hit it and use the block. If there's always going to be block up, that means there's fingers to use up there. So bounce it off the blocker's fingers and make the ball go out so that you can score a point.
Nice. Good read there from Bass and not be fooled by the second hit. Push over. Big strike there.
Slam by number 12.
Booting.
Wildcats.
That middle hitter they have right there, because number 10 and number 8 are kind of more hit than the outside. Bruni, number 12, has been really strong in the middle for them today.
I would like to see Winnebago engage their middle hitters a lot more too, run similar plays. It does take a little bit more practice and discipline, but once you get your groove, it can be effective.
Got a net violation here. One thing I wanted to ask you, Willie, as I was reading this lineup before we got here, I mean, Winnebago is looking at a 5'8" Sierra, you've got a 5'10" Walker, and then you've got a 5'7" or 5'8" Wolf Leader. When do you think sometime this season we might see that role up front, or you think because they're so young, Coach LaPointe might not want to see that? I mean, you're seeing it from Hartington, the height. Granted, they are upperclassmen, but big hit there.
Typically, you want your taller players to be in the front to establish a block. But I mean, I've seen quote-unquote short players. That's open to interpretation. But short players who have a high vertical can be just as effective as a tall blocker. So it's utilizing your resources and it's training your players to jump high if that's something that you want to do.
Decora getting the miss hit, getting subbed out. Her mom's giving me the eyeballs. That's all you, she said.
I saw the exchange. Brooks over there hollering over there.
Hey, I went and played Sands this summer down in Phoenix, and I did all right. Okay, I won us a couple games. Remember that. Big hit there. Here's Wolf Leader putting it up. Big hit there from Harlan. Very nice.
We'll take it.
It's a good risk to take, and it paid off.
Nobody shuts us out. 2-13 now. Winnebago looking to get something going, and here comes Miss Nadia Bass looking to get her serving going this evening. We really haven't seen her get going yet.
Not yet.
13 in a row right here.
There it is.
There's that Bruning putting it up.
Nice read by Wolf Leader. Good slam there by Harlan.
Lang with the miss hit.
Point Winnebago.
Just good. I'm gonna hype her up. Hits in the net.
12 more in a row.
All right, here we go. Nadia Bass looking to improve her over the net percentage. Is that what you would call it?
Sure. Serving percentage.
Yep. There's Bruning with another miss hit. All right, here you go. This might be that momentum. Keep saying that.
11 more to go.
There you go.
Well, it's good to see the unforced errors spread out a little bit. It's not all one-sided.
Correct.
See both teams have their opportunities there. All right, doing well thus far is Bass.
Oh, nice up there from Dozel.
High quality
Good tip from her.
pickup by Dozel.
Free one. Let's go.
Big up middle hit there coming and just tipped over by Vargas. There's Lang. Long shot over and out.
10 more in a row.
5-13. Keep it going.
That's why we pay Quince the big bucks to say
Keep it going.
Glad to know
he has a job.
He can count. And
See, then when you guys start saying that stuff, and then this happens right here.
Missed it there from Bass. Great serving out of her, though. Got 3 out of it from her.
There you go.
5-14 now. She got going a little bit. And here comes Hartington's big hitter, Mackenzie Bruning, coming up to serve. Up there from Wolf Leader. Good save from Dozel. Going to get a free hit for Hartington. And that hit the line.
Line judge calls it out.
Line judge needs to watch this over and check again.
Yeah, line judge. Just rewatch the video.
It's not college sports where you can do a replay or a I forget what they call it.
Yeah, instant replay or the video analysis of where it hit.
Yeah, because it can impact. They could overturn a call, but they only get so many replays or review.
Lang with another miss hit into the middle. She was on the left side, but tried to come cross court. Right? Looked like she was trying to find this right edge over here. 6:15 now. Winnebago down by 9. Was down by 9 earlier to start after the timeout that Winnebago took. It was 9-0. Looking to claw their way back into it. Nice up. Dozel with the set. Going to go to Luke Wolf Leader. Just a little pop up there.
That was a good roll shot. Good touch by Vargas.
That's that Gratzfeld. Big hit from her. Hey, love to see the high school kids kind of taking up that whole front row, supporting their team, being good classmates.
Yep, even got a recent graduate over there supporting his alumni. Well, he's an alumni now, supporting his crew there. That's always nice to see.
We got serving now. This is the Carly Bruning now, the other Bruning sister. Might be cousins too, though. We don't know. Maybe they're not even related.
Maybe.
Big hit from Lang. Coming up.
Yeah.
Double. I learned that one a long time ago. I never knew what it was, right? And it's a double, right? Because it's two. You're hitting it twice.
Yeah. It usually touches one hand and then the other, and it needs to be a single contact.
6:17 now. Over.
Even that one was questionable.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That one looked good before it even happened.
Gratzfeld.
They got that one down.
Almost like a Husker play, right?
Definitely a Husker play, and they call that sort of the layup of volleyball. That one off of 1 foot and hit with your opposing hand. Similar to a layup.
Yep. And she was sliding from the inside to the outside and then went cross court.
Yep.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Shout out to Hartington on that one at Gratzfeld. Good volley here from both teams. There's Gratzfeld again. Just missed outside.
And so on those slides, you can either hit it down the line or go cross court. And both of those times she went cross court. That one just went long.
7-18 now. Earth coming up.
Get over there. Get over there. Get over there.
Nice run down by Winnebago. Tip to the floor, and point goes to the Wildcats.
Right in the middle. Dumped it right in the middle.
Right in the campfire.
Right in the campfire.
All right, up to serve next is number 2 for the Wildcats. Lang into the net.
Now Winnebago getting ready to serve Vargas.
Powerful laser floating serve by Vargas. Dug by Vargas to Wolfleader. Wolfleader to Bass, gives them over free ball. Nice outside set there, but kind of tight. And Winnebago can't contain it, and the ball gets a point.
Good hustle, good hustle.
The Wildcats. And now we have number 6 for Hartington up to serve, Gratzfeld. Floating serve, Trelia to Earth, Earth to Harlan, rolls one over from the back row, picked up by the Wildcats, and a diving save attempt by Trelia.
I think that's the most encouraging thing that you take away from these games is you see the energy there, right? You see the hustle, you see the passion that the girls are trying to give this team. And I'm not sure how you try to bottle that, right? As a coach, you're trying to contain that, and like you was talking about, stay level-minded while keeping the energy up.
Right, composure, but still having that energy. And I think what constantly develops, though, amongst all of this is
Timeout.
We're proud of the dedication you put into the game.
Being a student athlete takes commitment.
But check that order.
Student athlete.
Commit to the classroom first.
Did you know Ho Chunk Inc. offers enrichment programs for high school students? The Academic Development Program provides grants to visit colleges and other academic organizations. For more information, visit hochunkinc.com.
Use your resources, stay in the game.
Harlan Earth gets it up, and then she's going to get out of the way for Harlan. Nice middle strike, good up. Big hit.
There you go.
All right, Q, keep talking, Q. I'll let you go, man.
Yeah, that's one thing I said. Let's see who we got serving here.
one thing I liked on that last play is the players that are on the bench right now all said, ow, ow, and then scored for Winnebago.
They're all into the game late.
Great team support.
9-21 here.
Good serve by Wolfleader to
Here
start.
comes that outside right hit from Bruni. Big, strong hit there from her.
Yeah, she was just ready for that one.
And I think, Willie, me and you had talked about this when we were talking about even during the JV game and before this varsity game started, was Winnebago developing its strikers, right? We need to see more striking from the edges. We need to see more consistent striking from Winnebago in order to be in games like this, where you're coming up against a team that's got two. Hartington has shown us 3 to 4 great strikers so far that, you know, that are not super consistent. Let's not get it wrong. You know, it's not like Hartington's the best team we've seen this season, but being consistent with their striking. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, and we definitely have our hitters too, and we have people who want to hit more, but it's just more than being able to swing. You have to have the set. The set has to have a good pass, and so it's a whole team effort. It's hard to isolate just one skill or one position or one person. It's got to be a team effort.
Correct.
There really is no I in team when it comes to volleyball.
And I think that's part of it. Like we've been repeating ourselves this whole kind of episode, this whole game here. But setters getting things set up for their strikers and coming through, receiving the ball well, right, passing the ball well off the receive, and nice little tip over there from Wolfleader. Good communication to get out of the way, get back to their spots. Great placement.
Yeah. That's what we call the coffin corner. It's the dead corner. It's hard to get. I mean, you saw it right there. There was nobody there. And it's like that on both sides. So if they can push the ball to those corners, that's ideal. All right, we are at match point for the evening with number 8 to serve for the Wildcats. And a serve.
Ball game on.
All right, that final score is 25-10. Wildcats take that match.
All right, hey, before we get up out of here, I want to say congratulations to the Hartington Newcastle girls, and also a good game to the Winnebago Lady Indians. They showed a lot of fight tonight. Just our conversations this evening during the varsity game talked about a lot of things that these ladies can work on. So hopefully they do watch film, because I would watch film, and I would try to get myself better for watching film. So you girls just make sure and watch the film, check out the things you guys are doing right, and check out the things you guys are doing wrong, and then just work on those things.
I agree. Reflection and self-assessment are going to be critical if you want to develop yourself. See what you've done well, keep doing it. See where you need to improve. Let's get that integrated into practice and capitalize on it.
Yep.
Those will be my 2 takeaways. Very good volleyball tonight on both sides of the court.
Again, I appreciate everybody. Shout out to our production crew for putting the game on for us. Shout out again to our sponsors for providing this opportunity for us to allow us to bring you high school volleyball here out of Winnebago, Nebraska. I want to give a thank you to Willie, teaching me a lot this evening. I really hope we get to do this again sometime. And I want to continue that conversation about high school boys basketball.
Let's keep me in the loop. Let's make it happen. I'm all about it. Well, Pinagigi to the listeners, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for viewing. And if you're rewatching, teams, players, parents, whoever, hello again. And we'll see you at the next home volleyball match.
And before you guys go home tonight, go check out down to the Blackhawk Community Center. The results of the primary elections are posted.
We are KWTN 100.9 Big Voice Radio at Allen, Nebraska, the official radio station of Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. Shout out again to our sponsors, TB Customs, Savannah Barrel and Photo and Design, Ho-Chunk Farms, Avery Brothers Sign Company, Ho-Chunk Incorporated, Supreme Detailing, Big Time Cleaning LLC, Iron Horse Bar and Casino, and Native Star Casino. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a good night.